Please calibrate my display.
Calibrating. You are now calibrated.
The leftmost image should be invisible, and the center one barely visible. Okay.
Cool.
Continuing. Ooh, who do I want to fight for? Knights, Vikings, or Samurai?
It's a big, important question that'll determine the rest of this playthrough. Think hard.
Okay. Oh, you know I'm a sucker for a good samurai story. You'll have to go that way.
Yeah, you've always seemed kind of samurai.
Yeah. Oh man, I get to create an emblem? Cool.
Now we're gonna probably be here for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, this will just be the rest of our broadcast. Oh, this feels great. Don't look at me like that.
I love it.
Alright. Do I have to have one?
Do you have to have an emblem? Yeah.
I'm not part of the club.
Oh boy.
Oh, I guess that one. Duh. Color. This one. So Tony, do we have an opening topic while I do this?
Yeah, you know, I wanted to talk to you about a previous game that we played, or I played on VR. Do you remember when we did Starblood Arena?
Starblood Arena.
It was kind of that VR mech kind of game.
Yes.
So I just found out that those servers are closing, and it's an online-only game. So you will no longer be able to play Starblood Arena as of July 25th.
Huh. Interesting.
Which means that when they kind of released it for PS Plus, it was clearly this sort of dying gasp of, please, we need people to play this online-only VR game.
Play this game.
And I kind of find it sad and a lack of foresight. Like, why did they think? What was the thought process there? Like, let's take our market, let's cut it because it's not crossplay. Let's VR, so that's a tiny little segment there, and it's an online only. I mean, who was playing this? 2 people, 3 people at one time?
Right. Yeah, that's weird.
And now, because you and I have played it, and I've played it, and I've gotten a trophy, so now I have to make a decision. I have to now either grind this game until July to get as many trophies as possible, because I will not be able to access the game any further.
Sure.
You know, or just be comfortable knowing that I'm locked in and only having one.
Huh. That sucks.
What's up?
What do you think you're gonna grind through it, or are you just gonna like?
Start. What?
I don't know if it's you or me, but you keep cutting in and out.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can.
Anyway, just saying, not sure. I'll keep you updated if the grind happens. Everyone will find out about it.
Cool.
Anyway, sup, Tony, aka Paradox. You?
Caustic Sofa, aka Lauren. And today we're the Artisanal Battling Gamers, and we're trying to get 1 trophy in For Honor. So welcome to our live Twitch viewers, and welcome to everyone else who is watching us later on YouTube to 2 gamers, 1 trophy.
What a theme song. What a theme song. Real professionals here. As they say, as I scramble for the script again.
It goes real well with this scene of carnage that we're watching.
Speaking of carnage and blood and disaster and death, happy Valentine's Day, Lauren.
Oh, happy Valentine's Day, Tony.
Let's celebrate the season of love with another AAA offering from the PS Plus program.
Yes, I'm hands-on with For Honor for the very first time. I'll be playing and giving you our impressions of the game so that you will know whether For Honor is worth downloading or skipping over. Also, Tony will be here with tons of factoids and trivia because he likes to research things. And he'll help me in order to complete this episode's trophy challenge.
That's right. We here at Two Gamers One Trophy don't just review all the PS4 free PS Plus titles. Why? Because that would be boring. We add an extra trophy challenge to our gameplay. Tonight we'll be doing a challenge I like to call a targeted trophy, which means I am challenging Lauren to go after one specific trophy. The trophy's name is Getting the Band Together. At 44.39%, it is an uncommon trophy, and I will not be telling Lauren how to get it. I just kind of want to pad out the gameplay a little bit before we just jump into that.
Cool. Yeah, so we invite all of our live viewers to join in the Twitch chat. Let us know if you're playing along, or tell us your impressions of the game. And for those of you joining us later on YouTube, give us some internet cred. You can like, subscribe, or comment. So here we are playing.
Already playing. Let's see what's going on here. You're obviously in the tutorial, which is where most start, you know.
Yeah.
X to do an action, left stick to move, right stick for camera. You get the basics down.
Yes. I'm trying to anyway.
Any history with...
Nope.
Yeah. Not surprising. However, I do want to point out this game did make a bit of a splash. In fact, it was the winner of several awards, including the 2016 Game of the Year Awards. By DICE? Is that true? Am I lying? DICE? Who drew the award? It was DICE. So this game, you know, people were playing it. It came out in a rough year. There was a lot of really good games in 2016, but everyone was talking about For Honor and that it was supposed to be sort of a replacement for kind of the Dark Souls thing as far as the combat, but, you know, it also had influences from, like, Soul Calibur and stuff. So it's an interesting... It's an interesting game that's a mix of different elements, but it's really focused on sort of combat and the mastery of it.
Cool.
Now, you've already chosen Samurai. There are 3 initial starting kind of, I don't want to say races, clans? Let's go with clans.
Yeah, clans.
That you can go with, and each one has its own specialty. Each combat is different, but apparently most critics agree that the game is pretty well balanced. And there was a 4th clan that was added as part of a free DLC upgrade to the game. So, you know, the game had some life afterwards. It was a bit surprising. February being a short month, PlayStation gave us some pretty good stuff.
Well, that's cool.
I don't know if this is them also sort of acknowledging the swan song, because as you may remember, PS3 and PS Vita, this is the last month that we get any titles for those in the PS Plus program. So they may be trying to convince people to stay if you were, you know, if you owned the PS3 or PS Vita. Maybe you would be convinced to leave if this was not, PS4 wasn't your thing. So I don't know whether that's a consideration for them or not. So tutorials here are of the nature in which the action stops in order to show you a pictogram of the control scheme and, you know, to tell you what to do. Now, we've complained in the past before that when a tutorial has to the action in order to tell you how to play the game, that either it's too complicated for you know, to you to just learn naturally, which could be a detriment to the game, or that it's just lazy development cycle that they could think of a way to better integrate it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're getting that feeling of like, okay, I have to sort of sit and learn, which also means, of course, that you have to kind of focus.
Right. It's a little bit of that, but actually, for something that is like heavily focused on combat, I actually don't mind that. It's like, oh, this is here's your move set, like, you know.
Yeah. I think it was the Definitive Edition, whatever game we played back then, in which it would stop. It seemed like every 5 minutes the game would stop.
Oh, yeah.
To tell you something. And it was frustrating because it was for things like push X to open this chest, and I remember feeling like this could be done better. This could be done in a text box that is, well, the game's proactive or whatever. And I think you're right. I think this is combat focused. I think that once we're out of this sort of combat mode, there won't be this much action halting stuff.
Right. I hope so, anyway.
And, you know, the game is developed by Ubisoft and it's published by Ubisoft, and you know, they have a history of development, of doing really good HUDs, doing really good tutorials, so it would be surprising if it didn't get a little bit more natural. So this version of the game was released on February 14th, 2017, which makes it exactly 2 years old today.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Obviously, that wasn't PlayStation's intention to release on the anniversary because it didn't release on PlayStation Plus. We just happened to be playing it on the 2-year anniversary.
Yeah.
And also, I'm sure they could think of a romantic game, and it's, you know,
Yeah, this is the most romantic game they could have given.
Yeah, when I think Valentine's Day, I think, you know, samurai chopping,
hack and slashes. Yeah.
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 You're completing tutorials, you're completing little missions here, and you're already gaining points, you're gaining badges, you're gaining, you know, sets. So there's definitely a reward loop instantly available. Not that the game is telling you what these things are, which is, I think that Ubisoft does do, it kind of makes you go back into their menus and sort of figure out, what did I just get? Oh, I can unlock this, or, oh, I can unlock that. So you get that kind of high of unlocking things, but I don't think that it's anything that particularly increases the gameplay, you know, until you sort of revamp your character. In doing a lot of these episodes with you, I have noticed that when you get quiet and focused, it means that the game has really grabbed you in, and it's like a loop that you like mastering. So that is a really good sign for this game right off the bat.
Well, I just also couldn't understand. Oh shit. Like, I was like, when do I hit the button to dodge the attack? Like, when is it? Like, when's the? No fair, you got a shield.
When is your animation? Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Now we've done, I think Dark Souls, or maybe Demon Souls on the channel, and I remember we were lukewarm on it. It was sort of one of those, like, it's difficult, and that might not be our bag, so I'm curious to see whether this ends up being that same kind of, it's not our thing, or if it ends up being a little bit milder than that.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. I guess we'll find out.
Oh.
I mean, I think learning the thing is a little bit probably harder than the actual combat will be, I hope, because it's like you have to do this specific thing that they're asking you to do, as opposed to like in like real combat modes you can probably just like, you know, button mash as my favorite way to like defeat a thing. You know, I'm hoping that.
Yeah, and you sort of naturally get the rhythm of what is working and what isn't. I hear you. There are a lot of times that I play tutorials in games in which they're trying to teach a mechanic, and it's like, wow, the only time that I used this particular mechanic was in the tutorial. I never found it useful again. Which I think also sort of speaks to one of two things. It speaks to either the game has given you a ton of different play styles, and you play however you want to, and how great the development has given you options, or B, that it's just not designed very well, and this mechanic is useless, and why did you put it in? You know, however you want to look at it.
Ooh. See, okay, already right off the bat, the combat is a little bit confusing, because, so you have to always hold L2 to focus on your guy, right?
Okay.
And then you have to, like, there's an arrow as to where his attack is going to come from on him, right?
Yeah.
And so you have to the L stick is to like move around, right? But the right stick is to like change where your attack is focused. So you have to not
Okay.
only like move around, you have to like also like see where he's gonna be attacking you from, and then like sort
So,
of like
yeah.
adjust.
So it's like you're playing a little bit of a combination of chicken and rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, and like, yeah, yes, but like the move button, like the L stick, which you use to move, you would think would also be the one that like changes where your attack is going, but you can't. You have to like do both of them. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Does it feel unnatural? Because it sounds like you have to use both sticks.
yeah, it's not. I'm not really getting the hang of it very well. I mean, I'm sure eventually I will, but just like I just can't like because then you also have to look at like it's not enough to just see like what he's doing. You have to like I can tell you that I will not be talking much during this one because you have to like really concentrate. Like it's not enough to just
Yeah.
look at what he's doing. You have to like look at where the arrow is pointing and then like adjust where you're like
Yeah.
aiming your attack and like it just seems very and then you have to like in the middle of that think like, oh, he's gonna do this, I have to dodge because I'm not gonna like, you know what I mean, like there's just a lot
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah, it's not a it's definitely not a casual game. So
Yeah,
right
it's
off the bat,
definitely
I think
not
that's
just
huge.
like, oh, I'm just gonna pick this up and play it. No,
Right.
you have to like
Right.
figure out the, especially when
Yeah,
like,
and that
yeah.
no good.
I was just gonna say like he's got a shield and so that also changes like how you can attack him and like all that stuff. So
Yeah.
it's very
Th-
yeah.
There's like a lot of mastery.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and of course, there's a big part of this game that's multiplayer. It's online. So
Oh.
I imagine that there's a learning curve that isn't just, you know, how long you've been playing, but just
Yeah.
when did you first get into this game? Because if you know, you're coming in 2 years after this game has come out, you as a newbie, even you know, with matchmaking and everything, how can you get in and play with other people without feeling like this is pointless? I'll never catch up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
having a real tough time with this. I don't know if I'm even gonna be able to play this one.
I mean, it certainly looks like you're doing good.
I
as
mean,
far as,
I'm
like,
not like okay, yeah, but like I think I'm just like getting lucky because I don't even know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's interesting. Typically, the game eases you into it, especially in a tutorial, because it doesn't want you to sort of feel frustrated
Right.
and bow out this early on. So if you truly do, you know, die a bunch of times here and then feel like I don't get it, I think that is either a failure of the game in teaching you the mechanics in a curve that makes sense,
Yeah.
or it's the game trying to say, listen, this is not going to be for you, so you
Right.
might as well bow out now.
Yeah, I mean, there's merit in that as well. You know, like, hey, if you can't even do
Yeah.
this, maybe you shouldn't be playing this game. The thing, so, like, not only do you have to, like, pay attention to the combat, like, really carefully, you have a stamina bar, and you can only refill your stamina by dodging attacks.
Okay.
So, like, you have to pay attention enough to defeat him and see where he's attacking you, and then also remember, oh, I'm out of stamina, I should dodge this attack instead of, like, trying to attack him. So it's
Right.
a very, there's like it's like a dance, basically.
Yeah. And I'm sure you're spending a lot of time focusing on like, okay, I think I have an attack opening,
Yeah.
and if that happens to be a moment when you need stamina, that's a frustrating like,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. No, I love it. I love this. Let's see how this round goes. While you fight this guy, I will give you the PlayStation's official description to give us a better idea of what we're doing.
Okay.
PlayStation says, For Honor is available now on PlayStation Now. We've never really talked about PlayStation Now on the service, but it's one of those sort of like you can stream a bunch of older games. Typically, I find a lot of PS3 titles on there, but as
Yeah.
you can see, a lot of PS4 titles are being added. So hey, if you've got PlayStation Now, it's also available there. For an optimal experience, downloading this game is recommended. Enter the chaos of war and choose your faction. Play the bold knight, a brutal Viking, or a deadly samurai. Experience the thrilling story campaign solo or co-op, and fight in brutal PvP multiplayer modes, now on new dedicated servers. An evolved experience with 12 base heroes, 18 maps, new PvP and ranked modes, thousands of gear items, and more since launch. Dedicated servers provide a stable and seamless experience as you fight to claim victories for your faction, earn rewards while you learn the art of combat with a brand new training mode that takes you from apprentice to master, and make the fight your own by customizing your heroes with thousands of different weapons, emblems, and more. Single player requires an online connection and an active PlayStation Plus subscription. Which means that this game that we are reviewing as part of the PS Plus program,
Yeah.
these are the only people playing is PlayStation Plus members, because you
Okay.
have to be online.
Because you have
for
to
the
have
game,
it.
So
Yeah.
exactly. So there's no playing this game without it.
Okay.
This whole mode that you're doing now, a bunch of gear and a bunch of, as you already heard twice, the dedicated servers, were all improvements that were made to the game because the game did not release seamlessly. Matchmaking was a huge issue with the game at first. People were getting locked out, they were getting matched with bots all the time, or they're getting matched like level 1s with like level 100s. They just didn't do a very good job with this.
Oh, geez.
So, yeah, they had to sort of revamp it, and I really feel that the PS Plus release they're doing now is a bit of a come back to this game that we've finally, like, refined, and so we should be playing the best of the best version of this game.
Okay.
And if Lauren's desperate plea to knock the shield out of this guy's hand has already said to you, damn, I want some DLC for this game, I'm already locked in. The good news, there is DLC available. The For Honor March in Fire expansion pack is $29.99, but if you buy it now, the PS Plus members get 50% off at only $14.99. And the Season Pass, $29.99, and you can also buy Steel Credits, which are available in the store at 5,000, 11,000, and 25,000 packs for $4.99 respectively. Now, the Steel Credits thing I want to talk to you about because this game does have microtransactions, which is something we talked about in the show before. And the big thing about microtransactions, and I think I speak for me here, and please I want to get your opinion. I don't mind microtransactions in the game as long as there are a couple different things. One, they need to be cosmetic. I don't like buying your way into better weapons and gears that put you ahead of another player. To me, that's real cheap, and I don't like that. And two, if you're going to have microtransactions, the economy needs to make sense. You need to have a loop that gives you a reward so that, yeah, you may have to grind a bit as opposed to just buying the damn thing, but it can't be like 90 hours to buy a new color source.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it needs to make sense.
For sure.
Unfortunately, what I understand, the economy does not make much sense. These cosmetic gear, skill credits, about
you were cutting in and out. I didn't really catch any of that.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's
I was
alright.
just talking about the economy of the skill credits in this game, and that you have to have a big dedication to the game in order to get enough skill credits to make it make sense.
Where am I? What am I?
It looks like this map has sort of locked you in.
Oh, I see. There's stairs right here.
The March in Fire expansion did add an additional clan, another faction called the Wu Lin, with their 4 new heroes, and the new arcade mode. So, you know, there's more stuff if you do like this game. And there's trophies associated with the DLC as well.
Okay.
I would say this game's single player is not the highlight. Multiplayer is definitely where the action is here. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different multiplayer modes, including skirmish, breach, elimination, you know, kind of standard. But, you know, you and I have played a lot of multiplayer games lately as part of PS Plus. I really feel like they're really trying to dedicate some time at making these games as service still live past their natural sort of lifespan. You know, we talked about Fortnite a lot, how it's taken a lot of the oxygen out of the air for a lot of people's time. You know, it's just where everyone is. And now that Apex has been released, you know, that now is even sucking the air out of Fortnite a bit.
Yeah.
But for these experiences, you have For Honor, like, you know, and Star Blood Arena, and, you know, Fallout 76, and, you know, blah, 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 so many out there. Destiny. You play Overwatch, you know, there's just limited amount of time that a person can dedicate to a multiplayer experience. So you really have to fucking stand out as a game that people want to come back to. Especially if you're dedicating money towards keeping servers alive, towards you know, adding extra content to get people in. You know, you need to be doing well enough at this to make it worthwhile years after, and that's not a place I would ever want to be in as a developer. That sounds awful, but you know, it keeps people in work for longer than the development cycle of an offline game. So there's always, you know, yin and yang to these things.
Sure. Sure.
So you're getting there. You know, you're getting your mission objectives. You're getting. I see your apprentice points are jumping up. So. I do notice the game is giving you, it seems to be the same lesson about stamina over and over.
I know. Maybe because I keep not learning it.
I guess, but I mean, we've talked about that before, like, come on, retain that you've shown that to me, I get it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then they trap me in this little place with this guy where I can't leave.
Yeah. So this is the same guy as before.
Is it? I don't know. They all look the same to me.
Yeah, I can't tell either. Maybe you're just night clannish or something, or you're not capable of distinguishing. Oof, it's brutal. It's hard to get that loop down.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you. Well, you know, we are doing the trophy challenge, so, you know, at some point we will talk about the, getting you towards the trophy that I'm challenging you. You know, a full trophy list, not just what we're going after. It does have a platinum, which is sort of common for a game of this size. At 4.23%, it is considered ultra rare, so not a lot of people have it, despite the fact this has a very large install base. There's also 3 gold, 8 silver, 49 bronze, for a total of 61 trophies. That's 1,425 points, and that does include DLC trophies. The DLC Marching Fire did add 1 gold, 2 silver, and 3 bronze trophies to that list. So, you know, there's a lot. We previously played Hitman, which had a ton of DLC, so we went through all of that. And this is right along in there as far as the amount of DLC. So, really, games suck up a lot of time. You know, normally we wait till the end here, but I do want to tell you that, you know, if you were to play this game naturally, you're looking at a regular playtime, assuming you get the combat, the single player campaign. If you want all the extra, you know, miscellaneous little achievements, you're looking at 9 hours. But if you want to get that platinum, including all the multiplayer loop, on average, you're looking at about 90 plus hours of gameplay to do this. There's so many of these games that we're jumping into that are these huge time commitments. So, you know, I don't know if that's something that seems daunting to you or something that's exciting to you. But to me, it's like I can't dedicate my life to For Honor or its ilk.
Ugh.
Yeah.
He's got like this 1-2 attack where like because blocking is with the right stick, and so when he like real quick says I'm gonna attack you twice in different directions, it's like, how do you expect me to like, you know what I mean? It just seems kind of
Totally.
silly.
It seems like it's both a combination of having patience, which doesn't seem what the game is designed to reward. It seems like it's designed to reward more of an offensive thing. But if you are too offensive, he completely dominates. It's also
Well,
not clear what he's going to do next.
right, and like he'll stay in a stance for a while, and then he'll like all of a sudden be in a different, like it'll like last minute he'll switch to some other stance, and then you're like, well, I can't, like you're just like attacking me from something that I was not expecting at all.
Yeah. Mm.
And like I said, I wish the stance thing was just the left stick, but you have to like look at it and move the right stick, and it's just like really not my kind of thing. If it was just like a hack and slash where I could just like, yeah, I'm just gonna.
Now, here's a possible consideration. Now, you've already chosen to lock in to Samurai, but of course, there's no reason why you can't go back and try again with a different thing.
Yeah.
And they did mention that each hero set, each faction, their playstyle is significantly different. So it could just be that you chose Gryffindor when you should have chosen Ravenclaw.
Yeah, but I think the moves are the same. I think the combat
system
is the same.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean,
the moves aren't the problem. Like what his specialty isn't the problem. It's the combat system.
Right.
So, and I mean, I'm sure like other people can probably figure this out completely and like be okay with it, but for me it's just like I can't think to move. It's like strafing and then but like also like trying to move your weapon at the same time in a different, you know what I mean? Like trying to aim your weapon like different. I don't know.
Yeah, and this is not for either of us. This is not the type of game that we normally have drawn to. I'm not drawn to the Dark Souls. I'm not drawn to the Soul Calibers. When you play these games, and I think I understand too. We're more button mashers. It's more about the frenetic energy of just go, go. Oh my gosh, it's so close. And here, the game not only does not reward you by luck, it actively discourages it by being like, no, if you don't move in precise coordination with what the enemy is indicating, you're done.
Yes. And like it's like a rhythm game, but there's absolutely no rhythm to it. You know how rhythm games like push your up button. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I hear you. And I mean, he's already killed you maybe 6 times, 5, 6.
Too many.
Yeah, especially because we're 30 minutes in. In a normal playthrough without doing the show, I would venture to guess you would not be continuing.
No, oh no, I would have turned this off like 20 minutes ago. Like
Yeah. And how long did it take you to download this? Because it's a 31.74 gigabyte.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I was at work. Probably a while.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a big commitment to hard drive space.
Yeah.
In theory, if you were excited to wait and download this, I would be discouraged to be like, well, shit, waste of time and energy.
Yeah, for sure. And like I get it, like it's just not my cup of tea, but like somebody out there likes this thing, which is fine. Like I get that's it's just for me it's frustrating.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about the stuff that we can see here. The art style seems generic. I'm not impressed by the art style. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not janky or anything. It just seems like I've seen this before. This is Dragon Age Origins. This is Skyrim. This is whatever.
It's definitely an Ubisoft game. Like that's all I can really say about that.
Yeah, no, and I don't. Yeah, it's perfectly said. I don't think it's meant to be necessarily an insult so much as it is like
it's just recognizable as like this is like their thing.
Yep, and the controls are certainly responsive to what you're doing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I just am not understanding them at all. But yeah, the things that the input is fine, the control input, like it's following what I'm doing. I'm not doing the right things, but it's definitely following what I'm doing.
Yeah. And it's awful the game doesn't even allow you to be like, there's the tutorial.
Yeah.
Do you want to move past this? Why you want to force you into this, but it's not.
Yeah, because, like, I've already done the things that were the checkpoints. It was like,
Right.
now I just have to defeat him, which is like, yeah, but I did the things that you were asking me to do, I'll defeat him as well.
Right. Yeah, they're just they're forcing you into this regardless of making sense.
Yeah.
Well, normally I also bitch a bit about the trophies, so I'll do a little bit of bitching on your behalf here.
Yeah.
A segment we call Trophy Yays and Nays, in which I like to reward a single trophy that I think makes a lot of sense and one that doesn't, because developers don't spend enough time really thinking about their trophy lists. So let's get into the trophy mode first. There's a trophy called For Honor, which I think is lazy as a title.
Yeah.
But this trophy is, you get it for participating in a season and coming back to see the results at the start of the next season. So, this game is now in season 8.
Okay.
The common thing is now happening in that they'll sort of tweak all the mechanics of weapons, and they'll tweak maps, things like that, and call it a new season. I think that's interesting. Fortnite is certainly getting away with doing some really cool things with seasons, but this trophy, a season lasts 10 weeks. So
wow.
You would have to basically play this, and because you need to wait until the start of the next one, you're looking at most 10 weeks. If you're lucky and you're jumping into this at the end of the season, it could last a day, sure. But, this is date sensitive. I think that is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
That you have to basically time it by when you play it. I don't like date sensitive trophies at all. This is not the first game that does that. There are games that are like, oh, Batman Arkham City had a series of trophies in which you had to meet the Calendar Man and get a bunch of different interactions from him, but that meant you had to see him on holidays. Like you had to see him on Thanksgiving and Christmas and da-da-da. And which meant you had to play the effing game on Christmas, on Thanksgiving, on New Year's, on the days that you would be the least likely to be able to play if you had family visiting or you were traveling. It just seemed like such a stupid idea to me that since then I've had this dislike of date sensitive games trophies. It just to me seems real punishing.
No, anyway, I agree.
We're talking about For Honor, so I apologize for that bit of a tangent. The trophy yay, a nice thing, is that there's a trophy called an exceptional accomplishment. You get it by completing the story mode on realistic difficulty. What I like about this is that not only is the difficulty stacked, so that you can do anything higher than the realistic mode, and you will get the trophy as well. I think that's great. The games that don't stack difficulty trophies are ridiculous, and come on. If I'm at least able to do one, give me all the other ones. That's nice. And if the game is too difficult to complete, you can do it in co-op mode. So it doesn't increase the difficulty playing in co-op. So if you haven't played, they can make the game a little bit easier for you. I think that's nice that they give you some leeway there.
Okay, well, I'm getting really tired of this.
I hear you. So let's abandon what we're doing here. Let's see if we can go back to the main menu, and we're going to probably do an early episode, and we're going to try and get you the actual trophy goal for the episode. So when you get a chance, because I want to delay, so go to the main menu, or I'm going to attempt to.
Quit trials.
Okay. So here's the requirement that you need to do in order to get the trophy that I have challenged you to.
Okay.
The reminder is called Getting the Band Back Together, and I want you to recruit 4 heroes of single faction. Now the game should have given you some steel credits to start off. Enough steel credits that you should be able to purchase all of the heroes within your faction right off the bat. So you should be able to just go into the Samurai faction and just purchase the cheapest heroes you can, 3 of them.
Okay, I'm sorry, where am I going?
Probably under heroes, I would say.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's find the samurai.
Yeah.
And I don't see where it says how many steel points you have. Yeah, I don't see that at all.
I don't know.
Well, let's assume it'll tell us once we buy. So go to heroes, go to the samurai, which I believe is the blue, and then you should be able to unlock or recruit the 2 additional ones that are not with the lock. You should have enough money to do so.
Okay. So these guys that are under the flower symbol?
Yes. Yeah, the lotus, yes.
Okay.
You should be able to recruit him and then recruit the 2 others.
I need more steel.
How much do you have?
I don't know, it just says I need more.
So try to find, purchase, complete, or complete matches. Oof.
Apparently I don't have any.
This is interesting.
Look up at the top left, it says 0.
Okay, so originally they gave you 2,000 steel in order to play this, and it looks like they've taken that away from the PlayStation Plus. So we're going to readjust. Here we go.
Okay.
Instead, we're going to do. Let's see. Looking real quick. Obviously, we're going to change it to just a one and done.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. Let's customize your character. So,
okay.
Let's go to maybe hero again and choose the one you already are.
Okay. Customize. Oh, now what?
Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to equip your first symbol, paint pattern, and color swatch.
Okay.
We'll get a trophy for doing that. So, maybe on the chest, I would say. Or anywhere, really.
Yeah,
there we go. And let's customize. Let's, can we add? Because I know you've gotten symbols already. How do we do that?
I don't know. Change the look. Change.
Yes.
But like, what do I?
Oh, equip.
It's already equipped.
Okay, change look.
And it's not doing anything.
Oh, well done. Does it give you no options? It seems like it doesn't. Wow. And I see that it's still even giving you the option for, like, it needs you to have that steel stuff again. What about when you hit triangle?
Where? On what menu? On what screen?
You see where it has that
Oh, and the 9?
It should be. Yeah.
No, this is to like add friends. Oh.
Balls.
Customize heroes. Oh, I'm already there. Change look.
This may be the first time that you and I are both stumped on how to even get a single trophy.
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, like, it would have been so easy. Maybe if I had, like, finished those tutorials or whatever, it would have given me the money or whatever. But, like, I couldn't. So.
Yeah. No, which is super valid and super important because, I think part of what we're doing here is being like, hey, cash gamer,
Yeah.
is this worth getting your time in? So I think let's
Absolutely.
just jump right to that section because, we need to know, is this game worth downloading? I've already told you that it'll take up to 90 hours just
Yeah.
to get the platinum trophy in this game. That just to get one trophy, you have to wait 70 days. I mean, 10 weeks, 31 gigabytes, normally $39.99. Before we even get to Metacritic, do you want to give a judgment call on if this is worth downloading?
Yeah, I really don't think it's worth downloading. I don't think I can even give it a review because they didn't even really play it. My review of it is it's fucking hard. Like,
Yeah.
that's my review. Don't play this
Listen,
game
you're
if you
in-
don't have really good hand-eye coordination because I can't fucking figure it out.
Yeah. But you're in the menus right now, and I'm
Yeah.
looking at this, right?
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
menus are confusing.
I know.
Everything is tiny. I mean, it is like we're clearly designed for 4K, which seems bizarre that
Yes.
I'm having to squint. I'm not an old man. I'm squinting to read this. Nothing seems intuitive. I can't
No.
tell what's locked and what's not. I
Mm-mm.
couldn't tell how many skill points you have. And I think it's awful that the game is not even sort of guiding you through, like, here are the different things that you can do. Here's
Yeah.
this. And I
Yeah.
think that that's just the nature of this game being 2 years old. And they're like, listen, you're in this or you're not. And that seems awful.
Yeah. Okay, look, I found where I can like customize the patterns and stuff.
Okay.
So
Let's
maybe
check
we
this.
can figure this one out. So what did I need to add on to my things?
You
What did
needed
I-
to. Yeah, you needed to. Equip your first symbol, paint pattern, and color swatch.
Okay. So I did a paint pattern.
Symbol.
Here's a symbol. Oh, those are
I think
locked.
we're gonna do this.
Symbol. Oh, that's cool. Those are all locked though. And a color swatch.
Those are pretty cool, though.
Yeah, I wish I could do that. Yeah. Wait, I got a trophy! I did it!
You didn't give up, and you did it.
But dude, did you see how long it took us to figure that out? Like,
no, for customization of a color.
yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. Okay, so here, I was on customize, right? And I was like, oh yeah, before you were like, yeah, go to chest. And when you go to chest, it's like, yeah, you can like open it up and change the look. Except for that's not where you go. So here, when you're on the customize screen, I had to press L1 to go to appearance. I had to go back.
What?
Yeah.
What? That's so dumb.
I know.
Well, congratulations on with discerning taste at 64.53% common. You equipped your first symbol, paint pattern, and color swatch, which means you got the one and done trophy, which was totally the challenge from the beginning. Do not go back and see that was.
Don't watch the beginning of the episode where we said something different.
Just skip on over that shit. Lauren, this game is, I don't want to say it's a mess. It's a mess for us.
I mean, for me, it was awful. I want you.
Yes.
I don't know if you have space to download this, but I definitely want you to try this one because I can't fucking do it. And next week, when we play whatever we're playing, you got to give me your honest opinion on whether or not you could play this game or if you really wanted to.
No, I will. And in fact, I can even record some of the gameplay and we can fill it up on YouTube or something.
Awesome.
Because this is a nightmare. It's a nightmare to watch. Not because of you. It's like, it's so frustrating to feel you get frustrated at like what clearly the game is not indicating should be the stopping point, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we've given some of our reviews. Let's see what the real critics have said.
Sure.
We're playing the Metacritic review game. Here's how we play. First, you're going to give me what you would rate this game out of a score of 0 to 100. I'm guessing where you're going to land somewhere. Then I'm going to read to you the highest and lowest scores. You'll tell me if you think our combined score will be higher or lower. And I'm going to put average game critics, and I'll finally reveal some ratings to you. Now, I haven't actually played. I've only watched stuff, and I've watched you. So I will defer to your judgment as far as that goes. So what do you think, 0 to 100?
Honestly, okay. I didn't get very far into the game because I'm not very good at it. The look is okay. The controls, I didn't like the combat system or whatever. Everything seemed like the control system worked. The menus were
Yeah.
confusing. But is it just a combat game? Is there a story? Or is it just
And
simply
there's
like go fight people?
the single player mode is very light. The story is
Okay.
very light. That's one of the
Okay.
complaints of the game.
So, yeah, I don't like this kind of game. I think I don't know what the review would be. I'm sure that like if it was playable or whatever, it'd probably get pretty good scores. I'm going to give this game like a 10 because I just really didn't like it and I couldn't get into it. And I think the Metacritic score is way higher than that because I just wasn't my bag and I'm sorry for that.
No, that's okay. Let me read to you the top. They said this is a level from Czech Republic. I don't know why. Sometimes it's like odd who they consider to be.
Yeah.
Here we go. An excellent hybrid between a tactical fencing action and fighting game, which wins thanks to a complex fighting system and balanced characters. That was the top. The low from Destructoid. As it is, this is a game with a disposable single player. Start over. As it is, this is a game with a disposable single player campaign, multiplayer matches that crash or disconnect as often as they complete, and a slew of fantastic mechanics that only rise to the surface in a single game mode out of a half dozen. If there was ever a game to take a wait and see approach to, it's For Honor.
Interesting.
So you think you went lower?
I think I'm definitely lower, but that last guy pretty much, yeah,
Nailed it for
he
you?
knows it. He knows
Well,
what's up.
listen, the Czech Republic gave this game a perfect 100, which is like I don't trust that shit at all.
No.
Destructoid gave it a 55, so that's pretty low. Critics
Yeah.
typically don't go. Once you get to 40, that means it's a broken game. So
Right.
that's a pretty hoof score.
Yeah.
The average ended up being a 78, so
Okay.
it is rated well. Certainly not rated the best that we've ever played.
No.
But yeah, this was extremely difficult. For a price of $39.99 normally, I'm gonna say skip as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just the fact that it's like 30 some gigs just to download this. That alone for me is like that's a hurdle to leap that I just really honestly don't care to leap for many games. Like
Yeah.
that's a lot of space on my hard drive. I don't care
And like
for
you
it.
said, there's no narrative. This is not, if you're looking for story, this is not here. And this is another game that's vying for your attention. It's a game
Yeah.
for service. And if you already have that game for service game that you're into, which I think for you is Overwatch, for
Yeah.
me is Fallout 76. Please judge me. You reached the time for this.
Yeah, no, definitely. If I'm looking for a game like this where there's very little story, little to no story, it's mostly matchmaking games where you're playing against other people and you're, whatever. I'm going Overwatch. Like there's such a learning curve to this game for me that it's just not worth it. It's really not.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Mhm.
Well, that's it for the show. We don't
Yeah.
always have a ton of viewers for every show.
Yeah.
We do slave week after week, producing quality content. There's a script, there's music, there's commentary, and we don't do it for the money. We don't do it. We don't do it for the fame. Do you know why we do it, Lauren?
I'm gonna guess we do it for honor.
Oh, you nailed it.
How'd I figure that one out? Well, you can watch all of our honorable episodes of Two Gamers One Trophy back catalog on YouTube. Just search for Two Gamers One Trophy. That's the numeral 2 and the numeral 1.
Thank you to everyone for watching, commenting, and otherwise interacting with us. It's a delight to share the world of PS Plus with everyone. And a quick thank you for music produced by C. O'Hare. You can find more of his work on Spotify.
Cool.
Next Thursday, we're playing Rogue Aces.
Nice. Join us here at 7 p.m. next week, Thursday.
Thanks for playing, guys.
Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.